Well, depends what you call a bad guy. Actually, those are characters. So, do I feel personally a bad guy? Sometimes, yeah, I do. Um, but let's say that Briconnet is a bad guy in a robe. I mean, he's like part of the Vatican at the time, so he's like a good bad guy. He's a hidden one. Um, the most difficult thing is just to get over it afterwards. Just kind of lay off a skin, the character's skin, and jump into another one. Um, so you've got to be stuffed with someone else in order to act within a character. But at the same time, you have to kind of flirt. You got to flirt with schizophrenia and master it. And if you don't, well, ciao, bye bye, ci vediamo. But usually it works because you've got to be a professional. I mean, a professional is someone who can do his job when he doesn't feel like it, where an amateur is someone who wants to do the job but cannot do it, doesn't feel like it. So I guess I am a bad guy within a good soul. Yeah, it's quite tough sometimes to get out of a specific character, powerful one like Dracula. When I did Dracula on stage, took me like a couple weeks really to get out of it. And I remember I was in the subway, and looking at some beautiful lady's neck and wanted to go to the jugular, and try to bite in it, and get some blood out of it and actually get some love out of it, because I call him Dracula. But it's true that it's, so you kind of, you're a little puzzled, when you are so into it. But it's it's our job, It's like being in a great car. The car is, bringing you wherever you want to go, but you have to pilot it. You have to master it. You have to be you be part of it, like one person altogether. So I guess that's what it is. And when you leave the car stays there, and you go there. You don't leave with the car, But that's a little bit like, I would say that it's a little like that sometimes. A character haunts you in your dreams, in your sleep. You wake up sometimes and you feel like, oh yeah, I got it. I know what it is. Yes, that's the cliffhanger of the character. So we are under influence every day. Different directors, especially in Borgia, we had like 3-4 directors on different episodes. It's great because you have to adapt yourself. It's like getting into a new family. It's like, okay, hi dad, it's suddenly this is your dad. He's gonna direct you somewhere, and you want to be a good kid. You want to kind of inspire him. You don't want to be scared, afraid. You have to be free of what you want to say, what you want to try, experiment. I think it's quite important to listen and be silent. Most of the time it doesn't happen. But it's a mystery, like Shakespeare says, and we'll take upon us the mystery of things as if we were God's spies. You got to spy on the man. You have to on the lady, which is great too, by the way. Lady directing. I mean, lady directors are great ones too. And it's just a matter of trying to be on the same level, and then surprise. Just kind of be like a kid, try to find within your own system the freshness, the kind of inspiration that you had when you were a kid, and you would say to a friend, let's go and play cops and thieves, etc., etc. So I guess it's very interesting to be as a piece of clay where a director is going to mold you. But you have to keep at the same time your own personality and your own lines, because usually, basically, script, theater texts give you really the essence of a character, and sometimes of directions within this character. So I guess I like to work with different directors because every time I learn something new, and I guess it's a kind of a give and take situation. Can't wait for Borgia season 3. Briconette is back, and he's gonna be real angry. But don't forget, humor is somewhere down the line a form of anger, and there's a lot of humor in Borgia and some characters, you know, human character with humor and power. Church. I guess I do feel like a EU actor, yeah, and I guess there's a kind of a interesting thing going on with the language as well, because nowadays we have this kind of a European English, which is not really the standard American, or, you know, at the time they used to speak like that concerning the language. But I do feel European, yeah. Basically, it's what it is. What is it? I mean, it's truth in our hearts, strength in our hands, consistency in our tongues. The Fianna band used to say that. It's an Irish type of motto. And I guess language brings you to international. I am Italian, half Italian by my mother, French by my father, raised in Italy, England, studied in the States, came back, was rushed around. So I feel like a kind of a mixture of a man, really. So all my insides, you know, sometimes just go out, and you have to deal with it, whether it's in Italian or in English or in French. But yeah, I do feel European, and I kind of fight for it, and I'm very happy with it. I guess I will do it forever and ever again. Well, I should say, I hope I'll do my job. No, I shouldn't say that. Acting, inspiration, language, touch, feel, substance within the English language is very exciting, because it's a beautiful language in terms of expressing yourself. You can play with words. You can play with words in any other language, but English is, you know, it's swift. It's you know, with punchlines. We say in English, you have a punchline. You got to be you always have a joke within whatever you say, you know, and especially in English. I mean, it's always flirting with humor, which I like very much. So in that idea of Europe, yes, I feel very European. And that's why I'm very, very pleased to be in Borgia, because Borgia is really representative of European series worldwide. So, an EU actor, yeah, I am. Alors, bonne chance et au revoir. In bocca al lupo, e ci vediamo presto. And break a leg, and hope to see you soon. Old baboon. That's me. I'm an old baboon.